Hey there, my name is Kevin, I'm 28 years old and I'm from Cologne, Germany. I think most of you, or maybe some of you, know me as the Creekman from Instagram or Facebook. Most of you are just knowing me because of those very professional pictures and all this maybe perfect appearance, which is actually very contrasting from my biography, where I come from, what I experienced in my life. So I decided to make this video for you in hope to give you actually some hope or maybe some motivation or inspiration, whatever you're looking for or whatever you clicked on this video. There was this interview recently about my story and a lot of people are writing to me. There's a big interest in my story, or you have a lot of questions I recognize, and that's why I want you to tell my story now. Since my earliest childhood, I have been overweight. For example, when I was 10, I had my first stretch marks at my stomach already and chest. The older I got, the heavier I got actually. It always became more, so it turned more into obesity. So I got bigger and bigger and bigger. I think at the age of 18 I weighed about 150 kilos, probably more, because I didn't weigh me so much because I didn't like to see the number actually. Of course I had a lot of diets in my life. I never had the discipline and the willpower to keep it up. Yeah, I got bullied quite a lot. People have told me that I probably got the fattest guy on earth because I was so heavy already. I didn't have many social contacts actually this age. Probably no real social contacts to people outside of my school. I love video games like World of Warcraft, and this was my social life. I think it was some way to fulfill myself in another world, to drown myself in another world. I still have no idea what actually turned in my head. There was some point when I was 18 to change it, to try something new. So I went on another diet and I lost my first 10 kilos of weight. After I've seen that it's possible, everything changed. I went on and I lost almost 80 kilos in 1 year. Yeah, suddenly I found myself in a totally new body. Things changed in life. I had a totally new vision of things I'm capable in life and things I can achieve in life. I knew that my journey wasn't over at this point. I weighed about, I think it was just 70 kilos, so I was really, really skinny. I'm almost 1 meter 90 tall, so you can imagine how I look like. There was still skin hanging on my body because of the stretching of the skin during the whole years, and it didn't turn back. So I had my stomach that was hanging, my chest was a bit hanging. My legs are still not that perfect, let's say. There was still a lot of work for me to do to feel comfortable in my skin because I didn't feel really comfortable. With what I've achieved wasn't the way I want to look after this whole work I've put into my body. And I knew I need to get further, to work harder, to achieve what I've always wanted to look like. I think the hardest thing or the most difficult thing I had to work on was I suddenly was a totally new body. People started to see me differently as I experienced it before, but I still was the same person as I was all the years. I always need to reflect that. I still need to reflect that there was some kind of change. Social media did a lot and helped a lot to get reflected how people see me and to change in my head how I see myself. So I put a lot of work into my body to lose all this weight. Still couldn't be self-confident in my skin because I didn't like what it looked like. I put a lot of work in my body afterwards. At this time I worked out so much to gain more muscle, to gain more weight, to try what I'm capable of to change. But it was always limited, and it was really frustrating seeing how much work and effort I've put in this whole thing, but I wasn't able to change some marks I've never never get rid of. So you can imagine, first I was really fat, then suddenly I was really skinny with all this skin hanging on me. Then I worked out a lot and I tried to build muscles, and I think I had a quite good body underneath my skin, but there were still these things from the past, and I recognized that I was limited in some way. There was some point I couldn't get further. So I think it was about 6 years after I've lost so much weight, and I decided to make a surgery to tighten the skin, to cut away the skin that was hanging on me, that was too much. To mention what dimension of skin was taken away, I can tell you that the doctor said that he took away just on my stomach 60 times 40 centimeter skin. So it was something like a table, you can imagine. We did the cut from my chest to the pubic area and halfway around my body. And I had 2 cuts underneath my armpits to tighten my chest a bit, but also to tighten the sides. So I had a really, really huge scar from my chest down around my body and on my sides. I still didn't feel really comfortable. I didn't went out swimming. I didn't took out my shirt in front of my friends, in front of people I'm really close related to. Took a lot away of life quality, which made it also really heavy to have a relation to a girl, for example, which is an element that was really big for me too. So I had my first surgery in late 2014, and I did another surgery for the backside. So they did the cut one way around. It's something you can see, or I got asked a lot about it in my back piece photos. I think there is a scar really recognizable, still recognizable after tattooing it. So my second surgery was 2 years after my first one in late 2015, I think it was December. People recognized there was something crazy happening. I always felt that I need to tell people about my story. It was somehow exhausting after all these years of work, always being at the point in life telling people about my whole life because they didn't accept my body as somehow normal. But that's actually different today, so it's okay. Talking about that, it's okay when you're asking questions about that, so that's why I'm actually doing this video, so it's somehow different today. Yeah, so that's why I'm doing this video, actually for you, or to somehow give some people maybe some motivation, some inspiration, maybe some hope that that life is pretty awesome, that it's possible to change quite a lot. You have a lot of power in your hand if you just work hard for something you really want to achieve. People are maybe thinking, oh, okay, I did my tattoos over all these areas, but that's not how these things evolved. I had my first tattoo already when I was 23. I had my right arm sleeve was my first tattoo actually. I did it because I like tattoos. I like metal music. I like long hair, beard. The whole appearance it's not a kind of trend. It's something I have my really deep roots of lifestyle somehow. I did some tats on my arms, on my chest, and everywhere around those areas. I didn't want to tattoo my hanging skin. So afterwards there was the surgery. It actually was some point of advantage to have already so many tattoos, to say, okay, now I'm at the point doing a full body tattoo to hide those scars. I had a pretty long journey, as you can see. It were about 10 years of work, and I'm still at some point saying I'm still working at myself, or I still have more or higher goals, higher dreams. I will keep on going my way. So after my surgery, that was in late 2014, I still didn't have any Instagram account. I think I was pretty late compared to other people. The real intention behind my Instagram was actually to promote my band I had at this time around. just to being there as a basis, you know. So it was just for this case, and I recognized people were really interested in me as a person, were interested in my appearance suddenly, and it was something I'm not was used to it, not really. I've seen that there's a lot of potential and a lot of interest in this thing, so I kept on pushing. I did my first shootings for Instagram for the promotion of a band and the music. It was good to reflect actually how I've seen myself and how I appear on the outside, and maybe to read how people see me on this picture actually. Social media thing, the whole feedback and the whole journey was so important for me to get things right, how I see myself, how people see me, and maybe to get some kind of consensus. So I really appreciate all your comments and all your nice words, and it's something I really don't take for granted, you know. You are definitely one of the most important, or one really important part for me for this whole involvement. So feel free to write me some questions or just give me feedback in my comments, and maybe I will do another video maybe to answer some of these. So yeah, just let me know. Thanks a lot for watching. Thank you so much for your support so far, and yeah, keep on fighting for your dreams.